This is Sean, the review guy, back again with another site review. Really excited to be helping you out here. So I'm here on a new site. I've got World of Golfing right now. Awesome site. Can't go wrong with golfing. So right off the bat, we see right here that there's the sales pop. That's fantastic. Although it did look like it said 3 days ago for the last order. So I might kill that sales pop as you move forward. Yeah, 3 days. Yeah, I might kill that just because it's like, oh, it makes me wonder as a consumer, are you not selling that much? Where sales pop is really effective is when you're getting a new sale per hour. Then when you're sitting here and you're like, wow, like Susan just bought something an hour ago, and then like Joe bought something an hour ago. That's where there's a lot of value because it's really apparent how much you're selling. Cool. So let's take a peek out of the site. Free shipping, all in orders above $5. That's awesome. I'm assuming we've got some products below $5, like golf balls and that. World of Golfing. I like the logo. Cool. So we got search products about us. Let's take a peek at all of this good stuff, and then we'll go through it all. Awesome. I'm assuming that's an account. We'll open that up too. Let's open it all up so we can take a peek. The best golf equipment. I like it. It's a big, nice picture. Looks great. Interesting. So the sales pops keeps coming up. So there might be something going on right there. Cool. Scroll right down to 80-piece golf tees. Cool. Add to cart. Buy now. Trust badges. You can share a tweet pin. Cool. Awesome. All right, so interesting. So we've got something right off on the home page right now of a product. It's theme dependent. Sometimes this works, sometimes this doesn't. What I will say is make sure this is your absolute best product that's on your home page. Maybe the wooden golf tees are what's selling best, maybe they're not, but make sure you have your key product right here because that's the one that's going to work out well. Cool 80-piece high quality. Ooh, I think there's a space right there between high quality. Just make sure to put that in there so it goes through. I love the quote. The more I practice, the luckier I get. Awesome. Cool. So quick links. So you've got two repetitive quick links here. I don't think you need both of them. So just make sure you're taking a peek at which one you actually need right there. So let's also look at the products page. I already got that open. Okay, cool. One other thing, you've got the help worldgolfing@gmail.com. I would maybe get rid of this right here because it's pretty clear at gmail.com. It's not really like a business, so to speak, and instead have like a contact us bar that will have a form for someone to fill out, and the form will go to this email address here, but it looks more professional, so to speak, and it's easier for your customers to say, okay, like I get it, it's a business, awesome. Products. Okay, so this has popped up like 4 or 5 times. Oh, it's because it's B Keating, however you pronounce it. That's actually an app that is a little I don't want to say spammy, but have heard a lot of people have problems with that. I think there's a lot of other apps that do sales pop. See, because it keeps showing me this Dennis in Stockholm one. The one I personally use is Vitals. It has sales pop as one of like a bunch of other things that it does. So you can take a peek at that and see what you think from there. There might be a better way to do it. Cool. So let's open a bunch of these things up just so we can check them out and learn a little bit more about them. Funny golf balls. I kind of like it. Cool. Golf club cleaner. I like it. That's pretty cool. Cool. So we've got a bunch of different things here. Let's take a peek at these. Pretty clear niche. I like it. You can tell what you're doing. It's all about golf. All right. 10-piece of Evolution golf grips. Cool, different grips. I like it. And then I'm assuming if I change the color, yep, it changes which one it is. Good. You've got that set up nicely. You've got the trust badges, which sometimes are good, sometimes they're not. It can go either way. One tip I think you could do here is this is a really short description. Really short. We're talking like 20 words or so. The descriptions that tend to convert best is north of 100 words. So let's say someone is looking to buy Evolution golf grips, or just golf grips in general, right? Why should they buy these golf grips instead of any other golf grips on the market? So this description is really your opportunity to do that. You can write write at least 100 words about why these golf grips in particular are best, and make sure to write it from their perspective. It's like, oh, don't, something along the lines of these golf grips are high quality doesn't add a lot of value. If you say something along the lines of never have to replace your golf grips again because they are high quality, then it's really clear what the value the customer is getting out of them. So that would be my one recommendation from this page here. Let's take a peek at the others. 10-piece golf balls, very soft, cool. It's got the picture, optimized, hit long and straight. There's some more text. Again, I think you can write a little bit more. But other than that, like, it makes sense. I can tell they're soft balls. Interesting. This picture, I'm not sure if this is an AliExpress overlow import picture because it looks kind of like a generic like golf ball stock photo. I would see if you could have an actual picture here. I think that could help in that regard. There also might be a way that you could import reviews, just so you can help get number one, feedback from customers, but they'll also have sometimes some of the reviews have pictures too. LED golf balls. This is the one that kept popping up. Color, mixed colors, or we could do red, white. Cool, I like it. Awesome. So see, this is a better description here, right? Because we're getting a little bit more text. What you can do is break it up a little bit. So probably like right about here, this space, I would make it a new paragraph. So number one, it'll make it look longer, but other than that, it's also easier to read because it was broken up a little bit. Looks good, looks good. One thing you could do is perhaps tweak your photos here. So what I mean by that is we have Crest Golf up here on the top. I know that's probably the AliExpress brand. But it's a little weird for a consumer looking at it. It's like, oh, like, are these actually your products? I don't really know. So what you could do is you could just delete this photo and then just have this photo. Because this photo shows the same thing, right? It shows all of the different colors of the balls, but it doesn't have that logo on top. Most AliExpress suppliers will have a version that doesn't have the logo for Crest Golf or whatever the brand name is. Funny golf balls, I like it. Uh, cool. Again, I'd put more text here. Be like, oh, you've got a basketball, you've got a football, you've got an 8 ball. Do all of those things just to get a little bit more of a description here. Uh, for example, okay, so I'm thinking about that, like those cool golf balls. Like, I don't know if those are golf balls that I put on a shelf in a holder just to like admire. I don't know if they're ones that I can use. I'm not exactly sure how that works. Cool. So this one, it's a pretty cool product actually. I can totally see how it could be super helpful. But what I think would be super useful is you to just put more text here. Explain why. Um, like, okay, I'm assuming it comes in a little package, and then you can put a stick that's probably right here that goes into the little hole on the top of your club, and that allows it to stay. Talk about how it doesn't fall out when you swing the club, and then all you need to do is turn the club around, put I'm assuming 4 black prongs on top of the ball, press down, things like that, just so it's super clear and super obvious for your consumers what you're talking about. Consumers tend to bounce, meaning they go to the website, go to a page, look at it, and then go back in less than a second, meaning they need to be able to understand it and get it really quickly. So that's where that description comes in, because it allows them to give that information. Cool. About us, cool, I like it. There's a little bit here. We also donate an amount of charity. This is misspelled right here, but that's an awesome thing that you're doing, and that's actually super helpful, and most consumers like that. They want to support brands that support charities. So I actually might add something in here where it says free shipping for orders over $5, and we donate a portion of every sale to charity. Something along those lines would be really useful. Cool. So what else we got? Accounts, so you can log in if you're a regular customer, and then shopping cart. Cool. So let's add something to a cart just so we can see what that looks like. Subtotal, checkout. All right, cool, awesome. So you've got the good add to cart, which essentially shows what step of the journey you're on. I like it, looks good, awesome. One thing I'm not noticing here is it doesn't look like you have a terms and conditions page, a shipping policy, all of those things. I'm not a lawyer, so I can't give you legal advice, but I'm extremely confident that those are necessary pages you need to have from a legal perspective. So I'd highly recommend that you put those in. Shopify has, I know you're using Shopify, right? Because it says right here, Shopify has like templates that you can use, and all you really need to do is input the name of your business, and then they'll fill them out, and then you can just click like add to website, and then they'll show up here, and then it'll cover you from a legal perspective. Cool. So let's do the last final, everyone's favorite test to see how this site is loading. As we have talked about in the reviews in the past, your sites need to be really quick or you're going to have consumers bounce, which is again, they go to the page and they click back because they're frustrated with how slow the site is. So, uh, World of Golf, it's not going. World of Golfing, that's why. Um, So what you're looking for is you're looking for something around 3 seconds. If it's faster, if it's slower than that, you're going to be losing a lot of sales and your conversion rate's going to be much lower than what it could be. So let's shoot for around 3 seconds. I think your site seems pretty quick, so I don't think we're going to have a lot of issues here. But let's just do the official test and see what we got. Ooh, okay. So 4.5 seconds. So it actually was a little slow. What happens there is you're going to see. Website loading. So let's see if I can show you the graph. Sorry, Neil Patel. It's not showing up here. Well, so essentially what it looks like is as your speed to load goes up, your sales go down in an inverse relationship. So let's see how we're going to fix that. The page score, speed score is good, which means your site has the capability of being fast. The Y slow score is the one that's slow, which is like how it is right now. So let's take a peek at the Y slow and see what's going on right now. Okay, expiry headers, that's a Shopify thing. Using a CDN, that's also a Shopify thing. HTTP requests, that's the one that is going to be something to fix. So what we can do is we'll go to waterfall. Waterfall shows where the long, the big adding time blocks are. So we've got a couple things here that have added a fair bit of time. So you're looking for everything that's 0.4 or higher. These are all things that take 0.4 of a, or 0.4 of a second to load. So if you can fix a couple of these, then you can get that down to 3 seconds pretty quickly. So this one is, so it's that Beekeeping app is slowing you down. It's not as fast as some of the other ones, so that one right there is what's slowing you down there. There's a way that you can use a different app, or you can hire a developer in like Upwork or Fiverr to do something for you to speed things up for you as well. All right, you also have another app here. Cool, so this is another application on World of Golfing. So you've got something else going on in the background. Hextom, that's going to be a little bit slow. What do we got here? This is a widget. It's text, JavaScript. Okay, cool. So you've got some additional code in your site that you don't need that's slowing you down. Let's see what this one's kind of close. So you've got a picture. Okay, so you've got a big picture here. This is probably the big picture on the home screen. This is another picture right here. Could be, what I would assume is this picture right here, because it is quite big and it is quite high quality. So that could be what's slowing you down there. Cool. So overall, I think you've got a pretty good site. I think you're off in a good moving in a good direction. I think you've got everything you need to really have a good site. I think the couple things to focus on. Number one is make sure to add longer descriptions to all of your products. Again, shoot for 100 words or more per product and really focus on what the value the consumer is going to get out of that description. Also make sure to put breaks in between so you have multiple paragraphs so it's easy to read. The other piece is see what you can to speed up the site a little bit. I don't think 4.5 seconds isn't terrible. I've seen some that are like north of 10 seconds, so like I think you're doing okay, but I do think you have some opportunities to maybe speed it up and you'll probably see a slightly higher conversion rate. What you can do is I'd go look at your apps and see what ones aren't necessarily being used, but you have them downloaded and then just offload those apps. That should give you a couple tenths of a second back right off the bat. Awesome. Best of luck, and you totally got this.